If your hair is struggling to grow past your shoulders, maybe it's not your routine, it's your diet. Take a little closer look about what you're putting into your body every day, because studies are showing more and more that it's not just about what we put on the outside, but what we put on the inside. I'm going to touch on some different things that you can put in your body that help you grow your hair from this to this. I grew my hair to nearly down to my waist. What I didn't realize at the time, my diet was playing a huge part into how quickly my hair was growing, how strong my hair was growing, and how healthy it was growing. So I'm going to share some bits of information that I found out that I have incorporated into my lifestyle that you can try and incorporate into your lifestyle too. So your hair is made up of a protein called keratin. You will see this word keratin absolutely everywhere because it has taken the hair industry by a storm. If you're not getting keratin products, keratin treatments, keratin hair masks, keratin is absolutely everywhere. As I mentioned, is a type of protein. You need to consume a lot of protein in your diet for more reasons than just building muscle and getting bigger glutes. Protein builds up our bonds of our hair. But what you don't realize is when you're consuming protein, your hair is probably the last place that your body decides to distribute the protein, because it decides to put this protein into your vital organs first. So areas like your eyes, your heart, your lungs, and your muscles. So your hair is the last place that gets it, meaning if you do not consume high volumes of protein, your hair is probably getting slim to none. It doesn't matter what products you put on your hair, if you're not putting good products inside of your body, if your hair doesn't have the nutrients, your hair suffers. So your protein needs to be a non-negotiable part of your diet. I know people think that this is a buzzword, but actually protein is the source. If you have no protein, that means your hair tends to be a lot weaker and growth is a lot slower. So some areas we can find protein are eggs, chicken, most fish like salmon, mackerel, tuna, which has a fantastic amount of protein in it in a can, but I have been told and have read that you should try not to consume too much, so maybe no more than a can a week, because there are high levels of mercury and potential microplastics in fish. I'm not going to go into that kind of sciencey level, but just one for you to research. And if you're on a more plant-based type diet, Greek yogurt, lentils, chickpeas, nuts, those are areas you can find protein. But I'm not talking about just having a handful a day. You need to be trying to incorporate it in every meal at least, even if it's just sprinkling some nuts over your food, just to make sure that you're getting that extra bit of protein in. A lot of the time we think we're eating more than we are, when chances are actually we're not. So prioritize your protein. When I increased my protein intake because of going to the gym, I actually noticed that my hair was a lot stronger. Shedding started to slow down a little bit, but overall, there's nothing breaking this baby. Like she is here to stay. So yeah, my strands were just overall stronger. Iron is particularly important for women because of our times of the month, but also it is fantastic for your hair. We need our iron. People with low iron tend to have a lot of shedding and a lot of hair thinning. So making sure you're getting good doses of iron in your body is super important, not just for your energy levels, but also for your hair. This is especially relevant if you are somebody that suffers from heavy periods, or if you have things like PCOS, you need to make sure that you are putting iron in your body. You can get iron from a lot of foods such as spinach, lentils, red meat, and pumpkin seeds. So again, if you want to really double up on making sure that you're having your protein and your iron, have some chicken, have some spinach, top it off with some seeds. An interesting little fact that I found out as well, that if you pair iron with vitamin C, it helps you absorb it better. Again, I don't really know how the science works with it. Another one for you to research for yourself. But for example, that would be something like if you're having a steak, for your drink, have a glass of orange juice, have some tomatoes on the side, done. Let's talk healthy fats as number 3, because your healthy fats are what give your hair that luscious shine that you see in all of the adverts. And it also helps with scalp health and dryness. So the foods you can get these healthy fats are avocado, nuts like almonds and walnuts, olive oil and salmon. Even take omega-3. These are all products that have a lot of oil in it that will not only help your body from the inside, help your joints, but also help your hair to produce those natural oils that give it that lovely shine. And naturally, if your hair is producing a lot of oil, especially if you have a thicker hair type like mine, less likely to break and more likely to grow. This is what gives your hair that natural shine, not just the oils that you are adding on top. So imagine the combination of the two, we're giving herbal essences. Number 4, let's talk about biotin and B vitamins. So I know there has been a little bit of stipulation about whether or not biotin can actually help to grow your hair, etc. I'm just going to cut that out right there and just tell you that yes, it does help your hair. There is a reason why they put biotin in every single supplement that you will find that is made for a woman's hair, skin and nails. There are studies that are out there that show that women that have thin hair, biotin has helped to reduce that hair thinning and help with thickening their hair, as well as supporting hair growth and strength. So let's not disregard our biotin and our B vitamins, because it is still playing a key part as long as you are using biotin along with all of the other things that we've mentioned in this video, along with having a hair growth routine. And surprisingly, a few areas you can find biotin naturally are in eggs, nuts, whole grains and even bananas. I always take biotin because they're found within my Well Woman multivitamin supplements, but obviously your food and your diet should always come first. So you can't just take biotin and just expect that it's going to be some magical cure and your hair is just going to start shooting out. Make sure that you couple it with natural healthy lifestyle. Vitamin C, what number are you on? Like 5? Vitamin C helps with collagen production. Collagen is what everybody, once again, like protein, going crazy about, because collagen is what brings that elasticity into your skin, makes it look plump, makes it look shiny, makes it look healthy. Collagen also works really beneficially for your hair as well, because again, it's something else that gives it that shine, gives it that elasticity and gives it that strength and builds that strong hair structure that we look for. And also, little tip here, collagen also helps with iron absorption. So where we've just mentioned iron, prioritize your collagen in that. Collagen is mostly found in vitamin C products as well as some oils. Double load on those oranges, those strawberries, those berries. Not only are they good antioxidants, but again, collagen, even in peppers. Finally, we're gonna just talk about hydration. I feel like I've mentioned this in every video about hair growth, but if you're not drinking enough water, this is one of the reasons why your hair is not growing. If you are dehydrated and you feel yourself being thirsty, when you swallow, your throat feels dry, how do you think your hair feels? Especially because I just told you that your hair is probably the last place that your body is putting nutrients in. So you need your hydration, and dry hair often starts from within your body, because if you are not filling your body with moisture, with hydration, and you're not drinking water and flushing out toxins and everything else, and all the other amazing benefits of drinking water, is to go in your hair. How is your hair gonna feel? And let's be real, you cannot moisturize dry hair properly if you yourself are dehydrated. It's like trying to moisturize straw. It's not gonna work. You need to hydrate. Here are some things that we should avoid when we want to grow our hair in terms of the nutrients we're putting in our body. Crash dieting. Forget about crash dieting, guys. Your body has so many crazy effects from crash dieting where we think, oh, I'm just not gonna eat today. I'm gonna skip breakfast today. Yeah, your hair's feeling that. We're gonna scrap that, and we're also gonna scrap anything to do with excess sugar. You don't need excess sugar. It's bad for your teeth, it's bad for your skin, and guess what? It's bad for your, say it with me, guys, exactly. Let's set some realistic expectations here as well, that when we're talking about hair growth, I think the average human hair grows about ½ an inch, maybe a month. So you need to be in it for the long game when it comes to your diet. I'm not talking about just sticking to a healthy lifestyle for a month and then wondering why your hair hasn't grown. You need to be sticking at this. And also remember, having a good hair routine coupled with a strong diet, that's all you need. This is not an overnight solution. This is a lifestyle change. To grow my hair this long, I was not just relying on oils and products. It was, as I mentioned, massive lifestyle changes, having a good routine for my hair, not overdoing it, and making sure that I'm eating healthy and prioritizing health. So if you want to talk more hair growth, or you've got some tips to add on some foods that you like to eat, or if you've got any questions, please comment them below, and I'll see you in the next video.